YouTube, what's going on? My name is Ekuegan, you call me EK. Today's video we're going to go over the fire and forget linear fusion rifle. A lot of people ask me, do I think it's better than Reese Regrets? You can hit all three of your shots, sure. But yeah, let's just look at the perk selection for this heavy linear. So the first thing that a lot of people notice on this linear fusion rifle is that it's an aggressive burst. And it's going to remind you a lot of STORMCHASER. But for some odd reason, this thing kicks harder than STORMCHASER. Like, it's like a mule. Like, STORMCHASER I can pretty much deal with. This thing was like, it was ridiculous. There's a few things about it that I didn't like at first. So now I was like, all right, whatever. Let's see what can roll on it. And I saw the options. And I was like, wait a minute. This is a Vice Stinger aggressive linear fusion rifle. Then I tested it. The Vice perk. And the neat thing about this fusion rifle is each burst is a 3-round burst. Each burst has a chance to proc Vice Stinger. So if your base mag is 5, you have 15 chances to proc Vice Linear. Now, instead of you having 5 chances, this is 3 times 5, which is 15 times the chance for this thing to proc. So then it kind of like, I was like, okay, cool. Nice. Then I saw Focus Fury. I was like, okay, I might do Focus Fury. Then I tried Focus Fury. And Focus Fury didn't go by the same line as the aggressive frame having the 3-round burst. Because it still wanted me to shoot like 9. Because, you know, the mag is 5. So you have to hit 9 crits in order for you to get this 20% extra damage. And at first I was like, that could work because we have the Vice Stinger perk. Well, the thing that sucks about this is maybe I'm just not, it might be a skill issue. But I couldn't get this up. But then I looked at the other perks. We have high impacts. I was like, do I really care about high impact when I have Vice Stinger? Sometimes I'm never going to be at the bottom of my mag. Then I looked at a chill clip and I was like, this is very interesting. Because if I hit all 3 shots, I can freeze the target. But I'm like, this is my heavy. Do I want to do that? So I said no. Whirlpool is very nice because it's just flat, consistent damage at 10%. All right, so I made a Whirlpool one. Then I thought about it. Frenzy gives me 15%, but it also gives me 50 handling and 50 reload. So I started messing around with Frenzy. Frenzy is one of those perks that I'm not a huge fan of, but I'm slowly starting to get used to. And the only reason why I use Frenzy is if I have another Frenzy weapon on me. I don't like that Frenzy is one of those weapons that you kind of need to have another. It's actually smart to have, like a primary or energy weapon with Frenzy on it, because then when it's procced on that weapon, that it's also procced on your heavy, right? Which is going to be the fire forget. Another neat thing about this is since you have about 5 seconds to shoot something before it goes away, you have multiple options on this. Like, what if Frenzy's procced and you need to reload, and the reload on this is taking you too long, right? You can easily go to your other weapon that has Frenzy on it to keep Frenzy going. I don't know if anyone at Bungie watches my videos, but I don't think Frenzy should take 12 seconds to proc. It should be about 7 seconds, okay? Another thing, too, is if someone shoots at me, Frenzy should just automatically proc because I'm in combat. But, I've been talking about that for maybe a few seasons now. Now, the next section, I was thinking, do I want more ammo? Should I go with fill prep because then my inventory goes up? Or possibly something for, like, reload? And fill prep kind of kept that for me. But I used the weapon a few times, and I noticed my range was lacking. So if my range was lacking, I tried rangefinder. So rangefinder, I tested out a few times, actually benefited me more than I thought it would. One thing that aggressive linears kind of lack in is range and stability. Those things are just freaking terrible for them. Like, I don't know who decided what, but their range is terrible. Okay? It saddens me, but their range is terrible. And that kind of also made me go for projection fuse instead of maybe enhanced battery, because enhanced battery didn't bring me up. It shows that it brings you up here, but it kept me at 5. Ionized was the only one that brought me to 6. So, in my opinion, I went with projection fuse, which brought me up to 45. If you masterwork this, it brings you up to 47. And when it came to my mag, I went with fluted. I was going to go with arrowhead for that recoil direction, but I was like, I should be fine. The more handling I have, the better. When it came to my masterwork, I went with handling. And I've been using this for a little bit, and I actually enjoyed it. Is it the greatest thing here? To me, these are the better options for me to use. In terms of maybe DPS, someone's using div, or if you have a boss that has a huge crit, right? You can then go with something like Field Prep and Focus Fury. Because if you do get lucky enough, once you proc Fight Stinger, especially after procting Focus Fury, you're set. Okay? So when it comes down to options, well, if you want to see the stats, this is the primary one that I've been using. And once again, I have tried out a different thing with Field Prep and Focus Fury. And as you can see, like I said, Enhanced does not do anything for you. You can see that I'm still at 5. So on this is not something I crafted. This is just a random roll that dropped before I crafted. And this was one of the few things that I kind of enjoyed on the weapon. Just remember that this is going to be very situational. All right? Very, very situational. Yeah, that's it. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, you can always leave them in the comment section. If you want to get in contact directly, we do have the D2 discussion room in the Discord that you can jump into. If you like this kind of content, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And if you like to get all notifications, when you click on notifications, make sure you click on all instead of personified. But yeah, that's about it. See you on the next one. Deuces.